Alright guys, so the Dragon Ball FighterZ collaboration is in full swing over here on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan. I figure why not go ahead and hop through the story event. As we can see, it is 9 stages. I do want to get this all in one video, so let's go ahead and get to it. There's one farmable unit in here. That is Android 21. You can farm the base form Android 21, and she Dokkan awakens into the good version. I also believe that FIGHTERZ characters, any of the 21s and the Tech Android 16, I believe they may increase drop rates for the event. So that is another thing to consider here. But it looks like there is really only 2 things to go ahead and farm. And that is the Android 21, the base form Android 21, and then, of course, the medals to awaken the base Android 21. I do think they probably should have gotten one more farmable character in here somehow. Because, you know, again, 9 stages is a lot for just Android 21. Maybe a farmable, like, evil Android 21 would have been nice to a transform one. Because the way, there's several different versions of Android 21, even just in Dokkan, right? You have her base form, right? The Lab Cloak 21. Then, she Dokkan awakens into Android 21 transformed Good. That's her exact name. She is a support type unit. Very solid unit, by the way, for the Android category team. And then, of course, you also have the Android 21 transformed character. That's the evil one. But that's not her actual name. It's just Android 21 transformed. You can tell because she has red and black eyes, unlike the good transformed one who has white and blue eyes. And then when you Dokkan awaken the Android 21 transformed character, the summonable one, she still has the same name, Android 21 transformed. But then when you Dokkan awaken her, and not when you Dokkan awaken her, but when she transforms, her name changes to Android 21 transformed evil. That is, of course, her transformation after she eats Cell. After she eats Cell, she gets a considerable power-up, you know, straight out of the story in FIGHTERZ. I did actually go ahead and finish the story of FIGHTERZ. I originally was recording it, but it was like a couple weeks after FIGHTERZ came out, and I didn't really get the vibe that people were digging me going through the story mode of FIGHTERZ too much, so I kind of like chilled out with that. I did complete the story. A lot of people said it was bad, right? That art for Bulma looked new, by the way. I know why people said the FIGHTERZ story was bad. The problem with the FIGHTERZ story is it is so unbelievable grindy. Like, you have to go, oh, it's not a new art, it's just that exact Bulma item right there, like, blown up. Okay, I see what it is. The FIGHTERZ story, you have to go through so many, like, absolutely fodder level opponents, like, in that. Like, you're just fighting the clones over and over and over again, and it feels very meaningless or pointless. We have many different clones here in this little story mode, by the way. There's a lot of them. There's Yamcha. I know there's a Goku, a Piccolo, a Vegeta, a Trunks. There is a Kid Buu as well. So there's a lot of these different kind of clone fighters we get to fight. I know a lot of people were disappointed that we're not actually able to get the clone fighters actually, like, you know, we can't get any copies of those cards. I'm not really too upset by that. I mean, they're like versions of all the characters, just like, you know, in the red and black clothes. Like, it's literally just shit made up for the story mode of FIGHTERZ, right? So the arts are so goofy. Like, that was one thing that was always very weird to me, is these characters are so damn goofy and wonky looking, like, in the story mode, in cutscenes. But then, you know, when you actually fight them, they're, you know, fighting just like the heroes, using all the techniques and stuff. That was always something I found very, very odd. Alright, so there's Turles. Go ahead and one-shot that Goku. Very nice, Turles. Very nice. A lot of people are actually really disappointed, too. Because not only is Turles not on this banner, but STR Rose Goku Black also was not on the banner. Both of those units, it's been a while since they've been around. Same with Evolution Blue Vegeta. Those are kind of the 3 units at this point who have not returned. Well, I guess Future Gohan also counts, right? But his banner wasn't really that long ago. Now, I would imagine that SCR Rose Goku Black, at this point, he has to be on the next banner. Like, the next Dokkan Fest banner, like, he's got to be on it. Because he's only ever been on one banner. It was his own banner at the end of December. So here's the Krillin clone. So right here, we're going ahead and going through a lot of the clones. Alright, so there's a Tien, a Piccolo, and a Yamcha. Let's go ahead and fight Tien. Why not we go ahead and see what our boy Ten Shinhan is up to. Although, we're going to be able to kind of trash these clones very quickly. Again, I'm sure a lot of people probably don't really care about like a story event like this, but I think it always is cool. Like, you know, extra stages, things to do are never a bad thing. Maybe what they should have done if they were going to do so many stages here is maybe add like a couple more awakening medals for 21 to actually go ahead and awaken. I guess is what they could have done. But you know, then again, at the same time, a lot of free-to-play players probably won't be tripping about the number of stages here because, you know, every stage does give a stone. So that's going to end up being, what, 18 stones for free-to-play players. Plus, you get the 2 from Android 17's event. And bam, right there, there's 20 stones just from these 2 new events. So that is pretty nice. You know, obviously, getting stones is quite hard once you have completely farmed up the story and stuff. So I do get that. Now, going back to Rose, I do think Rose will be in the next banner we get. It probably... I have no idea. Like, I don't really have guesses as to what type of unit it might be. I would expect that they gotta get Rose out. And the other thing too is it's been a while, a long time since we've had a dual Dokkan Fest on JP. You know, January basically, January/February. So coming up, we really could see a dual Dokkan Fest. And at that point, you know, once there's 2 Dokkan Fest banners, they'll be able to fit in a lot of characters. But that's why, like, yo, a Dokkan Fest like dual banner. Like, if there was, like, a hero and villain side, so let's say, I don't know, what if it's Rage Trunks and Merge Zamasu, right? A new Rage Trunks and a new Merge Zamasu. I'd say that's realistic, because then on the Merge Zamasu one, you could toss Turles and Rose. That banner becomes so fucking disgusting. To have Rose, whatever the new Merge Zamasu would be, and Turles, and then putting, like, Evolution Blue Vegeta on, like, the Rage Trunks one, there's, like, you could have crazy banners. And then, you know, I've talked about it too, how there's not really a banner on the horizon for Global Dokkan that I think global players should really be going for. I would say outside of... Okay, so there's Yamcha, Tien. Let's go ahead and fight the Trunks. Outside of the Future Gohan banner. The Future Gohan banner is pretty good, having both Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and Tech Vegito Blue on it, right? That's pretty good. Because if you get one of those 3... either Future Gohan, or you get Tech Vegito Blue, or, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, like, you're really walking away with a top-level unit. I think Future Gohan, like, he feels much more underwhelming than both Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and Tech Vegito Blue, but he's still, like, a top-tier unit. And I think that Future category team is pretty good. It's going to be a lot of good for a lot of players, because I know, especially on Global, a lot of Global, like, I've seen what the hype banners have been, right? Like, the Ultra Instinct Goku banner. People on Global were going nuts for that Ultra Instinct Goku banner. And that had, like, so many of those future category characters on it. Because, you know, you had Rose Goku Black. You had the Int Blue Vegeta is another one. Off the top of my head, I'm forgetting. Merge Zamasu, I think, was another one. And was Rage Trunks on the banner? I don't think Rage Trunks was on the banner. But a lot of the big hype banners for Global have been, like, full of Realm of Gods or, like, future category type leaders. So I know a lot of people could probably build a good future category team. So, by the way, it looks as though we're following the Super Warriors version of the storyline. Matter of fact, like, this FIGHTERZ event is actually called Dragon Ball FIGHTERZ Super Warrior Edition. So I wonder, could they add, like, the villain edition and the android as well? That would be a lot of fucking stones, Because, yeah, like, Evil 21 is not even in this event. That's interesting. So, nowhere in the game do you fight Evil Android 21. You know, of course, what I mean by that is the transformed version. That leads me to believe there could be more stages added to this event as time goes on. You know, for the villain side as well as, you know, the Android side. We bought SCR Cell right there because, again, the way the Super Warriors story played out, Krillin and Goku encountered Cell here, and Android 21, but they didn't know that it was Android 21 right here at the time. And they also found Android 18 as well. 21 is hot as hell, even in her human form, by the way. Because I remember before her transformed version was even revealed, people loved 21. Like, when 21 was very first shown, I think in V-Jump. I think she was shown first in V-Jump. And people were going crazy over her. And then, when they revealed her, like, you know, Majin form, what's funny is, at the time, we all called it Majin Android 21. But, like, officially, I don't think that's what they call that shit at all. I've not seen her form referred to as Majin 21, like, anywhere, basically. So, that's another thing to consider. I think that stage right there that we just did, that was the stage where you grind out Android 21, by the way. Stage 4. Yeah, it is. So, what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to farm up Android 21. I think I'm also going to farm up all of our Dupe Pass, all of our SA, get that all taken care of, right? I don't know if I'm actually going to Rainbow that 21. She only is a support type unit, but, you know, I gotta support my Android waifu there. So let's see, what do we got? That's Trunks. Oh, there's a Kid Buu right there. 6, 7, 8, 9, huh? Alright, let's try and fight that Kid Buu if we can. Well, I guess we'll just fight Gohan, fuck it. Because I know the little Kid Buu clones, they can appear randomly in different stages, and they give a lot of Zenny and experience, kind of like in the Fighter story mode. Like, whenever you'd encounter one of the Kid Buu clones, you get a lot of extra experience and shit. So I would like to try and fight the Kid Buu clone if possible. Now, going back to it. So besides the Dokkan Awakened version, the transformed Android 21, the support type unit that I do want, I'm probably also going to keep a copy of her SSR around, because it's another card that is a support type unit, and she also heals. So, like, I think there's no reason not to. So, that's going to be interesting. So, I'll be able to test out, like, a full healing Android category team is going to be crazy. Because, like, one thing I really like about the Android category team is Android 21 and 17's leader skills, they're very, very similar, right? Like, maybe 17's is a little better, being 170% to attack and HP, but 21 is 150% across the board. So, like, she is a real Android category leader. She's not, like, a fake one or anything, right? Like, she's not 120% across the board or anything like that. So, you really can mix and match however you want. You know, if you want to go 2 Android 17s, you know, the MVP from the Turn of Power, you can do that because, of course, he gives 3 key to all allies, which will be very, very, very helpful. Or if you want to go for like a full healing team, Android category team, you could go with a second Android 21. I'm probably going to try and test out both versions as much as possible to see which one kind of works better. I think as of right now, I think a dual Android 20... Well, okay. I think Android 17 as your leader, you bring an Android 21, and then the friend is an Android 21 that you bring. I think until another powerful LR comes out on the Android category, like, I don't think a second 17 will be as needed. Like, the team is already, I think, going to be overflowing with key, kind of like the Universal Survival Arc team, right? But I think, you know, when they release, you know, LR Cell and Cell Juniors, or if they release, you know, some other crazy Android category LR, at that point, you know, the extra 17 probably will be very helpful, because again, one thing 17 does, in case you guys don't remember, is he gives 3 keys to all allies, which is so good. Like, that's one reason Turles is so damn good. Outside of the 40% he gives to attack, 3 ki to all allies unconditional helps fix so many different problems you might run into. And that's the thing with 17s as well, is it's unconditional to all allies. He gives the 3 ki. So right here is where Goku and Krillin stumble across the kind of new Red Ribbon base, and they fight Android 16 right here, the tech one. This card is actually pretty good. This Android 16 card. The only thing is, I'm actually, well, see, I guess I might as well discuss it. So, the Android 21s and then the Android 16, basically this applies to the Transform Android 21 you can summon on the banner and Android 16 himself. They both have that FIGHTERZ logo on their card art. The Free-to-Play 21 does as well, but it's not a big deal because you can farm her. So people are wondering, is it possible that Android 16 and then Android 21 actually will not be added to the general SSR pool? I would say there's a chance, but the more I've been thinking about it, the more I think they probably will just be added to the general SSR pool, because, like, 21 is a very interesting card, a transformation card. Like, I don't know that it would be to like, just, you know, kind of get rid of her, right? Like, I think, although at the same time, if they would strategically be able to return her on certain banners to, like, really raise her value, you know, that is something they could do. Alright, well, she super attack us, my girl. No, okay, alright. Alright, 21. But yeah, in the story, this is where you basically first encounter her transformed state. It does not last very long. At this point, like, in the story, all of the fighters, their energy is sort of held in check by, you know, these, like, waves that are you know, infecting the Earth. So a lot of the fighters' ki is sealed away. 21 destroys Android 16 right there, by the way. So Android 16, he gets his ass killed in, like, every story mode in, like, a different scenario. That's another reason the fighter story is very wonky, is it happens across 3 different scenarios, but, like, the events of all 3 scenarios are, like, completely different, right? So at the end, like, it's all done and you're kind of scratching your head like, well, is it a combination of all 3? You know, is only the 3rd one the one that matters? Like, that's a big problem they had with the sort of the story mode, right? Like, it's like they really had, like, an interesting idea, and then they were just like, you know what, fuck it. But just stick 100 million clone fights in there, and we're good. It's not a big deal. Alright, let's go grab LR Vegito Blue, and we'll use this kind of LR team right here. So, this stage, we're going to fight our boy Frieza. And I think they're going to talk... Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yo, I love that. That 21 art looks so good, man. I am glad that I did summon to manage to be able to get all copies of her. So I'll be able to rainbow her pretty soon. It's pretty easy to... not rainbow, but to awaken Android 21. Because you only have to get... Any Kiboos around? No, it doesn't look like it. You only have to get... the 35 medals from Android 17's Dokkan event. And his Dokkan event goes by pretty quick. I did it a couple times off screen, and I actually noticed that the fucker, Android 17, you can stun and seal him and lower his attack and lower his defense in the final phase. Oh, and they taunt me right here. So that's Tech Final Form Frieza right there. Tech Final Form... Oh, and Physical LR Ginyu. Wow, okay, that's interesting. So, that Tech Final Form Frieza, that is a card that has been removed from all banners. That card is not on banners anymore. And then there's the LR Ginyu Force. That's interesting that they brought out the LR Ginyu Force right here. I actually will be able to get the LR Ginyu Force tomorrow when Dokkan Battlefield comes back. Because Dokkan Battlefield, it resets basically at the start of every month. That's the kind of the new wave that they went to with it. And you're able to get like 120,000 Battlefield medals or whatever basically each time. So I will be able to get to the LR Ginyu Force. And at that point, the only LR I won't have is 1000 Day Goku, where I'm still, you know, a good amount over 600 days away. I'm only, I'm like day 410 or something like that. So it's going to be a long damn time until your boy gets that 1000 Day Goku. By the time I get 1000 Day Goku too, he's going to be complete rubbish. He's already kind of not great. So that's the only thing with making kind of like a reward like that. You know, being only at 1000 days played is if you weren't like in the game very early, by the time you get that card, he is going to be quite outdated. It's going to be it's going to suck for a lot of people because his leader skill, you're basically already able to get a better card than him. This Goku right there, the Super Battle Road reward is better, I think, than the 1000 Day Goku because, like, you have much more viability and usability with him. Hey! So there's 21 munching on clones and stuff. So the thing about 21 is that whenever she turns any fighter into candy and eats them, candy or donuts, you know, whatever, sweets, I guess, she gets a power buff. So that's why she kind of, like, all the clones were sent off into the world and shit. It's so that she can eat them all and get, like, her, you know, massive power-up. So when she's finally able to eat, like, you know, something like Cell, that's why she gets that crazy, crazy power bonus. Although I believe she does eat Cell in the Super Warrior version of the story, and she doesn't actually undergo that transformation. She only undergoes that transformation in the Android category. Like the Android Arc. I guess, yeah, Arc is the word I'm looking for. So that's another reason why I'm wondering if they'll do an addition to this event. That would be cool. If they were going to do 9 stages in total for this event, like the Super Warrior side, the Super Villain side, and the Android side, that would be very good, you know, for like free-to-play players and stuff too. But I mean, I would imagine they would have to put some other farmable type unit in here. I don't know what other like fighters cards they could add. Maybe an Android 18 plus Android 17 card they could do. And then maybe have the name for that unit be different than what the LR androids are, or just have it be the same name. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's stuff they could do. They could add more fighters characters. Although this, like the collaboration event, like the campaign is really not that long. It only goes until August 16th, you know, just a little above 2 weeks. So I wonder what they're going to bring out, like, right around the end of the campaign. Like, will there be a featured LR banner? Will they have, like, a new LR? It has been a little while since the last summonable LR now. The last one was LR Bardock, right? At the end of April? Beginning of May? No, that was, like, the beginning of May. Where was LR Bardock? Yeah, I think it was like the beginning of May was LR Bardock, the last summonable one. So we went all of June. Oh, that yo, the art for her looks so good. Yeah, I guess I would expect a new LR, probably an LR Cell, right? Like, we're all waiting for it. An extreme physical LR Cell, I think, is long overdue, and we would all be very excited about that. Plus, they could add the Cell Juniors with him, so that you could use him alongside, like, the Tech EZA Cell or the STR Welcome to Hell Cell. You know, you could use them together because they are both Cell Perfect. So that's the thing. They could do multiple LRs. Like, they could give us a Cell Perfect form LR, a Cell Perfect LR, a Cell Perfect plus Cell Juniors LR. Like, there's so much shit they could do. So here's where Goku teleports everyone to the Supreme Kai's planet, so that there won't be damage done to the Earth when they fight. And then they're all able to beat this Biznatch with their attacks. In the Android version, like the Android arc, they beat her with the Spirit Bomb. Like, that's kind of the final way the evil version is taken down. And it's interesting because the good Android 21, she actually, like, tackles the evil 21, and they both kind of get evaporated by the Spirit Bomb. And then, like, who is it? I think it's Whis points out that she felt as though eventually, like, the hunger would control her as well. The good one, that is. So, I don't know. The story mode was... They had a chance to make it good, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I had fun going through the story mode here in Dokkan. Hey, yeah, there's the Ranger 17. You know, they need to make that Android 17 a card as well. The one you see from the Boo Saga. I mean, fuck, there's so many other Android 17s in the game now. You know, especially like the MVP Android 17s and stuff. That one more one. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're just going to use the Spirit Bomb there. Because at the end of the Super Warrior 1, everyone combines their attacks, right? Like Goku does the Kamehameha, Vegeta does the Final Flash. Like, they all combine their attacks in that way and take out Android 21. And then it's in the Android part where they actually take her down with the Spirit Bomb. You know, the true ending. So, yeah, that's okay. That's where Whis turns to the camera and says, like, you know, if you're going to go do the other story events, you'll find out, you know, what happened. Make sure you tell me what happens, by the way. So, I guess I'm going to make a soft prediction that they will add stages to this event as the days go by. But I haven't heard any news of that. I feel like that would be something they would have put in the news, but they didn't do that. So, I don't know. Be that as it may, but there is the Dragon Ball FighterZ story event for now. I'm going to get to grinding up this Android 21, and I'll try a team with both of them on the team as well as the Evil 21. Should be pretty interesting. I'm actually really excited for the Android category. I can't wait to start running it. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.